I know a lot of us feel like we don't have time to focus on what's going on across the pond because we drown in here. I'm very sympathetic to that, and I understand that. I understand that when you're getting punched in your face, it's hard to view what's going on around you because somebody right in your face on your ass. What I will tell you is that there is a connection, a distinction, and a relationship between what's happening right here and what's happening over there. For a lot of us that feel like we are smart and we being progressive and we being all about social issues, you know too much about intersectionality and you beat your chest too much about intersectionality to sit here and say what happens here domestically has no relationship with what happens internationally. It's because you've seen a video of me talking to Jasmine Crockett does not mean I can say, sister, I disagree with you on this. A lot of y'all don't understand that we have a big old budget here in America and on the state level. And when you allocate particular parts of that budget, it means it's not going over there. You've heard it before if you've seen my content in the past 2 weeks. The state of Texas pays $1.4 billion to Israel alone. Texas has its own power grid. That power grid is seen as a public good. We don't have money to improve the grid to make sure all Texans can live comfortably during the winter, but we have $1.4 billion to send over there. What are we talking about? In Texas, we don't get to learn that much about slavery because Greg Abbott and the TEA changed it. But we do get to learn about the Israeli conflict. Think about this. So if every single one of our elected officials here in Texas, or a majority of them, majority of the House, Senate, you know what I'm saying? Majority of the U.S. representatives in Texas take AIPAC money, whether they Democrat or they Republican. Y'all ask the question, what does Palestine, what can we do for Palestine in state level local elections? That question should be asked towards the AIPAC. Why did our Senator Ted Cruz tell this white man on day one, tell Tucker Carlson on day one when he went into Congress, he got there to be the biggest defender of Israel from day one. I'll say that if you care about Israel-Palestine, you are a single issue voter. All that shows me is that you haven't done any time to invest in thinking about the political, social, economic implications in a way that Israel is able to dictate the reality of America. So in my state, my kids can't learn about slavery the way they need to, in the way that this state uniquely benefited from it, but we can learn about the Israeli conflict, and they ain't even calling it the genocide, they're calling it the conflict. You say you care about the law, and we talk about the ways that Donald Trump has broken the law and that he should be held accountable for that, but then y'all have no issue with your favorite Democrats cozying up to Netanyahu. If you believe that America has to have an ally that wages genocide, and when I say genocide, I'm talking about ethnic cleansing,